Well, Arsenal fans, talk to me. But it just feels like you guys might be 26 hours away from lifting the Premier League title after 22 years. It just feels like a seismic game here today because
Talk to
Arsenal
me.
have what an opportunity this is. They've got a home game to sign off in front of their home fans against 19th place Burnley, who have already been relegated, 2 wins away from home all season long, and just the one win all of 2026. This cannot get any better from Arsenal's point of view. This is as much of a gimme as it gets for Arsenal to pick up all 3 points and have one hand on that Premier League trophy. We'll go through the team news very, very quickly as Mikel Arteta has certainly made some interesting moves. It almost feels like this might be the team that he picks for the Champions League final. I might be wrong, but David Raya does start in goal. Christian Mosquera and Calafiori as the fullbacks, with Saliba and Gabriel as the two in the middle. This is where it gets interesting. Lewis Kelly has started the last few critical games, but it's Rice and Odegaard in the pivot, and the front three of Bukayo Saka, Eberiche Eze and Leandro Trossard, with Kai Havertz leading the line for Mikel Arteta's men. The top scorer, Victor Gyökeres, is on the bench, and Havertz, who scored that goal which turned out to be a mere consolation against Manchester City, gets the nod over the Swede. Well, very, very interesting call there by Mikel Arteta, but he's got a very strong bench to lean on in case things don't go according to plan. He's got the likes of Piero Hincapié, Gabriel Jesus, Martinelli, Gyökeres, Madueke, Zubimendi, Lewis Kelly, and the 16-year-old Max Daumann on the bench to lean on. But it's 14 wins, 2 draws, and 2 defeats at home for Arsenal this season, as Max Wiese is in goal. The German, who's had just the one game so far between the sticks, with the fullbacks Lucas Perez and Kyle Walker, the skipper, who's got ties with Manchester City. He'll be hoping that his former side, that he can give them a bit of a presence with Axel Tuanzebe and Maxime Esteve, the two centre-halves. Florentino and ex-Chelsea player Leslie Ugochukwu in the pivot will certainly have to provide a lot of cover and a bit of bravery on the ball as well. It could be wave after wave of Arsenal pressure. Luam Choana, Hannibal Mabry and Jadon Anthony as the front three, with Zian Fleming leading the line. Well, Burnley have nothing to play for. This is a free hit for them. The last time they beat Arsenal at the Emirates Stadium was in 2020 when Arsenal were in the pits. This is an opportunity. This is a completely different Arsenal side.
Burnley have nothing to.
Good morning, Mr. Kashishpal. Why are you on your wife's phone? Oh, it's a big, big game. Actually, it just feels like Arsenal are 26 hours away from lifting the Premier League title. Look, Bournemouth have something to play for. They are going to give it all they have against Manchester City tomorrow in front of their home fans. It's not going to be simple for Man City, that's for sure. And if Arsenal win today, City must win tomorrow. Failure to do that, and Arsenal are winning the league. The last game of the season will be immaterial if things happen in their favour today. And it all starts here at the Emirates Stadium. Arsenal looking for 3 points here. The goal difference at this point does not matter. 2 points the difference for Arsenal. 2 massive 90 minutes. But it's all about getting it done in front of the home fans here today. Big game implications. And we are off and running. Oof, big game, big game. I'm here for the watch-along. I'm here to see a potential slip from Arsenal's point of view. But if you look at the starting 11 from both teams, Arsenal's side have got far too much quality. But the 2 games that Arsenal did lose at home did come under circumstances unexpected. The one against Michael Carrick's men, 3-2 on that night. And then, of course, that damaging loss to Burnley. Arsenal had 1 win in 6 in April. It looked like the title had slipped from their hands, but that draw by Moyes' Everton at the Hills Dickens Stadium changed everything. Here's Jadon Anthony, clever pass for Hannibal Mabry, with a couple of ex-Chelsea players couple of ex-Manchester United players on the bench as well, on the pitch for Burnley. Hannibal Mabry, of course, ex-Man United. Leslie Ugochukwu does have Chelsea ties. Early corner here for Burnley. They're not going to be just sitting back and soaking up the pressure. They might have to by force, but if they can nick an early goal, whew, things will get very, very interesting. Might hit Arsenal with their own weapon here. Jadon Anthony will deliver. Thought about going short. Burnley should go long. Sean Dyche memories of Burnley just chucking the balls into the box. They still decide to go short. It's going to be another corner. Burnley trying to do a bit too much there. Well, 19th place, already relegated. It's been a nightmare season with Scotty Parker starting the season but not lasting the course. Jadon Anthony, decent goal scoring return. I think 9 Premier League goals for him. Zian Fleming with double digits. As Jadon Anthony delivers this time with better whip. Would not clear too far. Can he get the shot away? It's a weak effort. Doesn't have the power on it. Fiorentino just off balance. Again, it's Burnley making the early inroads. Portuguese midfielder alongside Leslie Ugochukwu will have to cover a lot of ground today, that's for sure. Arsenal not very convincing in terms of clearing the lines. But 3 seasons ago, Arsenal played Southampton at home in the Premier League. That should have been a gimme. That ended up 3-3. Those are scars that take a lot of time to heal. I mean, I'm not even an Arsenal fan and I still remember that game. Some things you just don't forget, and the scenes after that was of pure exasperation and just a catastrophic fall for a side who had the Premier League title in their hands. This time they've taken it deep. City have been on their neck. End of January, the way that the Premier League was shaping towards it, just felt like Arsenal were going to win the league at a canter, but the turnaround was very, very surprising indeed. Here's Christian Mosquera on the right-hand side. He's up against Perez. Saka now trying to isolate the fullback. Martin Odegaard in the half space. Clever pass here for Kai Havertz. Well defended by Maxim Esteve. Well, Arsenal will play those pretty patterns on that right-hand side because Odegaard, Saka and of course Kai Havertz peeling towards that side will make them play a bit more football. Christian Mosquera is almost like a foil on that right-hand side. He will have to be almost utilitarian rather than being functional. Well, no Urian Timber and Ben White's season has come to an end, which means that Christian Mosquera will start the Champions League final as it stands. £10 million signing from Valencia turned out to be a very astute move. I saw him at Anfield when William Saliba came off in like 3 or 4 minutes, and Mosquera looked right at home at centre half in a tough away ground. That's when you know that, yep, he's made of the right stuff. Here's Trossard. Scored that all-important goal against West Ham, which turned out to be the winner in the end. That ended in controversial circumstances. It looked like West Ham had equalised. The goal was chalked off for a foul on David Raya. The Arsenal fans would have their hearts in their mouths. That was the game that they knew was a potential banana skin. Well, so far, Burnley have put Arsenal under enough pressure. Arsenal playing short, sharp passes, but nothing penetrative so far. In Martin Odegaard's position as one of the pivot players today means that he will drop much deeper. Now, when he plays as a number 10, that is a source of annoyance. But today he's got Eberechi Eze in front of him, Saka on the right, so he can look to thread those quick passes as well. Martin Odegaard is taking a long time on the ball. I'm going to keep a close eye on Odegaard in terms of how long he takes before he releases a pass. Here's Mosquera to Declan Rice. Some would argue one of Arsenal's player of the season this season. In terms of the attack, Victor Gyökeres has scored goals against teams on the bottom half of the table, but that comes as a huge bonus. But not starting today is certainly an interesting call because against a relegation side, you want the scorer, your top scorer, to be there. Interesting call indeed by Mikel Arteta, but he's on the bench. Here's Odegaard. Good pass there by Eberechi Eze. Arsenal playing some decent patterns so far. Burnley having ease in terms of defending it. Arsenal almost trying to overplay here. They've got a lot of technicians. You You can see Trossard on the left, Eze, Saka, they all like to play short. Kai Havertz likes to come in deep. So, and you know that Martin Odegaard will be floating around. So Arsenal might need something a bit more direct. And that's the man right on cue, Victor Gyökeres. He'd be slightly disappointed. The two summer signings, who are almost fixtures, almost permanent fixtures in the league, Zubimendi and Victor Gyökeres both being dropped to the bench in the clutch. Well, Kai Havertz against Maximus Steve. Just over 6 minutes on the clock. Arsenal fans will be not worried, but it's not the ideal start that they were looking for. No time to panic, really, but as long as this stays 0-0, just those nerves will start to creep in. What they'll want to do is test Max Wiese in goal. He's just played the one game in the Premier League this season, and to play at the Emirates, where Arsenal are not just baying for wins, but they'll be baying for goals as well. Well, Manchester City completing the domestic double, beating Arsenal in the Carabao Cup final and Chelsea in the FA Cup final. Antoine Semenyo's goal was absolutely brilliant, man. It was a heartbreaking way to concede. Sometimes you just got to put your hands up and say fair play, because you tried everything to stop that goal, but the quality of the finish was just world class. Chelsea, of course, soon after the FA Cup loss, in a PR move, announced Xabi Alonso as Chelsea's new manager next season. Bit of optimism after a terrible season. Eberechi Eze, 5 of his Premier League goals has come against Tottenham Hotspur. Other than that, you'll say that maybe his return hasn't been on par. But again, he is battling for a spot with the club captain Martin Odegaard, so almost feels like next season will be the one where Eberechi Eze just stamps his authority in that number 10 position. Here's Calafiori. Finds Declan Rice. Arsenal have pretty much just allowed the opening 8 minutes to just drift by. Here's Gabriel Magalhaes, punches that pass to Leandro Trossard. Again, this is comfortable for Burnley, and they look for the counter-attack. Zian Fleming trying to make himself a menace, but easy for William Saliba. Well, Burnley certainly do have a bit of invention in the forward areas. Jadon Anthony, of course, on that left-hand side, can cut in and shoot, and of course look for those faded balls for Zian Fleming. Fleming, of course, 10 Premier League goals. He's no scrub. Hannibal Mabry does like to shoot from outside the box. Seen that on a couple of occasions when he was with Manchester United. Did pick up that. Was he the one who pulled on Bruno Fernandes in the final minute? Burnley suffered some terrible last-minute heartbreak early on in the season. It just felt like, yep, they're just going to go down, and it ended up happening the same. Eberechi Eze does a bit of damage here. Axel Tuanzebe, again, ex-Manchester United player, on the cover defensively. Chuana will have to put in a massive defensive shift. A bit of a cynical foul there by the Frenchman, but as it should be okay. Into the 10th minute, Arsenal need to just ramp it up a little bit more. Feels like the intensity has just dropped off, but a goal and it would be lift-off at the Emirates Stadium. Declan Rice on the far side, on the touchline. He's going to look to whip this ball into the box. There are 3 Arsenal players at the far stick, totally unmarked. All make a central dash now. Declan Rice with the delivery. Max Wiese punches, does well, the German. Still not cleared the danger away. Burnley could threaten a counter-attack, but might result in a chance for Arsenal here. And it's a shot by Gabriel, of all people. He'll be out for a goal kick. Can Arsenal not been able to take advantage of set pieces either? Just over 10 minutes, Burnley comfortable at the Emirates Stadium. Arsenal would have wanted to play with that extra bit of intensity, and haven't seen too much in and around outside the box so far. Burnley fans, making the trip to London, not easy whatsoever. It is tough when you have to support your club going away, when you know you're already relegated, but still backing your team. That's what football's all about. That's a very good pass by Mabry. Here's Chuana on the outside. Chuana with the strike. Burnley continue to be decent here. I mean, this is not a foregone conclusion by the looks of it. Burnley have come to play. Fair play to them, man. They could have very easily just retreated and soaked up all the pressure. That's a brilliant turn there by Eberechi Eze, but he looks to draw too much pressure. Arsenal need to just release the ball a touch quicker. Yeah, Fleming helping out defensively. Burnley have nothing to lose, and it is showing here. Florentino and Ugochukwu in midfield is giving them a very good base. Just making sure they cover side to side. Make sure that it's not easy to play through them. Give the centre halves as much protection as possible. They are, Mayur. They really are. Well, Arsenal have just left the first 10 minutes just drift away. Fair play to Burnley, man. They've been absolutely limp away from home. I mean, what is that? 2 wins and 3 draws? That's all they've managed to muster away from home this season. Leandro Trossard pushed Zian Fleming. That is easily a yellow card. Now, if he's escaped that, he's a lucky, lucky boy. Again, Arsenal players are just starting to lose it a little bit. Again, Burnley have come to needle. They've come to play. Longer this stays 0-0. Again, I'm surprised Kai Havertz is on the right-hand side alongside Bukayo Saka. They are showing rotations in the forward areas. Here's Havertz to Odegaard. Clever pass. Bukayo Saka with great feed. Bukayo Saka with the effort. Deflection, corner for Arsenal. Esteve with the block. Again, very surprised to see Kai Havertz peel to the right-hand side to start off the attack. Again, Arsenal are right heavy in the attack so far. Odegaard, Saka and Havertz all playing on that side. The central areas rather vacant, which means that Trossard from the far stick will have to make that run from out to in. Corner for Arsenal. Bukayo Saka, who missed a good chunk of period because of his hamstring injury. Fit, firing. He looked very, very good against Fulham at home. Here's Saka with the delivery. I'm surprised they take it short. Trossard now. Eze. Odegaard, he's got a lot of space. Shifts it onto the right-hand side. Good ball manipulation. It's Havertz with the strike. It's pulled it wide. Kai Havertz on his favoured left foot as well. Arsenal work this very nicely. They create the overload on the right-hand side. Kai Havertz, he had a decent sighter here. He is onside as well. I think Trossard was certainly on. Fires the ball towards Kai Havertz. I think it might have taken a deflection off Maxence Esteve. Yes, it did. Or Zian Fleming, actually. Havertz does have a case, but Arsenal don't get the corner. Well, they may not get a goal, but if they get a draw for the greater good, it might be enough. Arsenal fans might be sweating here. Yes, Trossard though might go for the shot. Leandro Trossard comes off the post. It's a brilliant strike. Well. Arsenal finally wake up. Leandro Trossard strikes the base of the post. Fizzing drive by the Belgian. And nobody really closing him down, and Trossard looking to take the responsibilities on his shoulders. Finally, Arsenal wake up, but it took a bit of Burnley needling for the home side to finally turn into a shot there. Mosquera with the ball into Saka. And because Arsenal are so right-hand side heavy in the attack, Christian Mosquera might be better off almost playing inside. See that Odegaard is drifting towards that side. It's going to be very, very interesting. That was a brilliant strike by Leandro Trossard there. Might have gone through a crowd of bodies. Max Visa was totally helpless. Could have very turned it inside if it came off his back. But Burnley survive. Just over 15 minutes on the clock. Ideal scenario here for Manchester City. Well, they travel to Bournemouth tomorrow, and Bournemouth are playing for a spot in the Champions League. Liverpool are on a downward spiral here, and Bournemouth could very easily capitalize. They will be going all out. Trossard is now starting to cook down the left-hand side. It's a weak pass, though. Easily defended away, but not too far. Here's Eze. Oh, he overhits the pass. Surprising there by Eberiche Eze. Hand of apology there by the number 10. Oh, brilliant by Leandro Trossard. The close control is fantastic. Again, he had so many options there. To find that pass in the end is going to be very, very disappointing from Arsenal's point of view. And no surprise that it's Arsenal dominating the ball. 80% of the ball. Probably give them even 85, but Burnley are now just starting to retreat. Mosquera with the header, cleared away by Axel Tuanzebe. Sian Fleming does decently well trying to win those headers. It's going to be up against it, the Dutch striker, William Saliba and Gabriel. Two very difficult centre-halves to play against, especially when you're a lone forward. Hannibal Mabry will have the tough task. He'll have to pretty much operate between both boxes. Mabry does well to ride the challenge here. Here's Hannibal Mabry with a cross into the box. Nobody really makes the run towards the far stick, though. But Perez with the back heel just cedes possession. Saka gives it away. Jadon Anthony with brilliant feet here. Here's Jadon Anthony with the cross. Comes away. Declan Rice with the interception. Kai Havertz now can't have too much progress. He's been shut down immediately. Here's Kyle Walker now. Well, it's the Burnley players in the Arsenal half. Certainly didn't expect that to happen so early in the opening 45. Kyle Walker finds Tuanzebe. I'm looking at Leslie Ugochukwu. He's playing in that left-hand side half space just to keep an eye on Bukayo Saka. He's a pivot player who's supposed to be playing through the center, but he's just altering his position. So the gaffer has told him that make sure that when Saka has the ball, you're the first one in attendance. Burnley are making things physical, making it not easy for Arsenal to progress. Now Dry trying to pick the tempo up. In terms of a straightforward game, I mean, yes, they're relegated. Yes, they're 90. They've just won the one game. You look at Burnley's record in 2026. It is an abomination, man. I mean, it is. I think the fans would be happy that they're going to the championship. They can at least watch their team win some football matches. But they want to sign off here, give their away fans something to cheer about. Got Crystal Palace on Sunday. Now look, Palace have got the Conference League final the week after, so you're fully expecting Crystal Palace to maybe just rest their starters like they did against Manchester City. It's almost like Oliver Glasner is giving both the title aspirants a bit of leeway here. This is excellent football by Arsenal, though. Eze to Bukayo Saka on his left foot, but the ball is to no one and nowhere. Again, Arsenal doing well to progress the ball till the 18-yard box and then just lacking ideas. We're into the 20th minute, still 0-0, and the frustration will just start to creep now. Mikel Arteta cannot be happy with what he's seen so far. Again, there's plenty of time. Arsenal just need the one goal. The threat of Burnley scoring is always there. Can always just take a freak moment, something out of the top drawer. Jadon Anthony certainly capable of doing so. Anthony, he might have thrown an elbow on Christian Mosquera. Not saying it was on purpose or deliberate, but Jadon Anthony is convinced that it's not too much in it. 20 minutes on the clock here at the Emirates Stadium, and boy, oh boy, this is very uncomfortable viewing if you're an Arsenal fan. We're here for the hate watch, but I mean, this goes south. I mean, what do you even say? Here's Ødegaard. Again, we talked about how much time it takes before Ødegaard releases a pass. He's just dawdling on the ball. If you're dropping in deep, just play it first time. If you're just putting your studs on it, just wasting time and just wasting runs that players are making in front of you, allowing the Burnley defenders to get back into shape and cut out the passing lanes. It's the Arsenal defenders who are having a lot of the touches. Here's Declan Rice playing as a pure number 6 today. Good defending there by Pires. Eze. Calafiori finding himself on the right-hand side. It's Bukayo Saka now. It's almost like Calafiori is like, you guys are not playing on that left-hand side. Let me get involved on the right. Arsenal are so right-hand side heavy at this moment here. Look, there are like 7 players there. That is absolutely wild. Arsenal needs some positional discipline. Players just popping up in random positions. Burnley defenders almost confused, like, who do I mark down this side? Here's Erdegaard. What a terrible ball that is. After all that, Erdegaard puts in a ball in hope, and Maxim Esteve just clears that away with ease. Did you see Guardiola chatting and pumping up Palace players after their last match? He definitely gave them a few ideas. I did see that. He went and spoke to like 4 or 5 players. It was brilliant to see. I think even before Arsenal were playing against West Ham, he said, "Come on, you hammers," or something like that. He's a grade A troll. And despite having a down season, he's got a domestic double, man. Fair play. Here's Erdegaard. He's had a lot of touches, but no real impact. Good pass there between the lines by Declan Rice, but it's resulting in nothing so far. Arsenal fans will certainly be up in arms so far, but Bukayo Saka could change it. He delegates to Kai Havertz, though. Havertz waiting for the overlap. Again, he's never going to play that to Mosquera. Oh, what a clever pass that is by Erdegaard, but he overhits that. And another attack from Arsenal just fizzles out into absolutely nothing. I mean, poor Mosquera, man. Why is he making that overlap? He's never going to be found. Even Leslie Ugochukwu was like, I'll try and cover him, but you're never going to pass to him. What a waste, man. Arsenal just overplaying in the final third. Somebody needs to take a page out of Trossard's book and just think about having a shot from outside the box. The closest that Arsenal have had, despite playing all these quote-unquote pretty patterns, has been the shot from outside the box by Leandro Trossard. Mairish, Guardiola is class, but he is a grade A villain. He really is. Isn't that a foul throw, ref? Come on. He lets it continue. On the left-hand side, Leandro Trossard, who's looked Arsenal's most dangerous attacker so far. Trossard with the ball into the box. It's well defended by Axel Tuanzebe. Saliba. Erdegaard. Mosquera back to Erdegaard. Ken Odegaard's passing. This is not a skipper's performance, man. He is crumbling under the big lights. And Zian Fleming nearly plays a perfect Trivela pass. Arsenal could have very easily been punished, man. Odegaard is taking liberties. He is taking the piss out there. I'm not sure why he's trying to overplay or even underplay. He's just not found the balance. Strange performance from the skipper. Big call leaving Miles Lewis-Kelly on the bench, considering his ascension over the last couple of weeks. He certainly had to start. It feels like he would have been ready to start against Paris Saint-Germain as well. Almost feels like this might be the team that Arteta goes with in the final. Hannibal Mabry, needless foul. Has he picked up a yellow card for this? I hope he hasn't. It would be really needless. He's just trying to put a bit of pressure on Gabriel, but Gabriel again just toddling on the ball, inviting the pressure. Again, putting his studs on it. It's a late challenge by Hannibal Mabry. I want to talk tactics in terms of Arsenal, but it's just been push the ball on the right-hand side and almost try and create something off the cuff. I mean, I might be being harsh a bit here, but that's what I've been seeing so far. Arsenal have barely used that left-hand side, but their most dangerous shot did come with Trossard cutting in and shooting. Arsenal's set pieces have been underwhelming so far. Again, it can all change in an instant. Can Arsenal take that shot? Eze onto the left-hand side. Here's Trossard now trying to isolate Kyle Walker. Easy for Walker. Walker's lost his pace and he'll be glad that he's playing against someone like Trossard and not with the pace of Gabriel Martinelli. But Burnley, even if they're playing in a deep block, Kyle Walker will feel he's quick enough in those 20, 30-yard bursts. Calafiori now assuming a central position. Saliba back to Calafiori. Eze now in the pocket of space. Clever pass to Bukayo Saka. It's Bukayo Saka. He's got 3 players immediately in attendance. They have to recycle. They have to go backwards to go forwards. Declan Rice. What a pass that is. Brilliant bit of defensive work. Jadon Anthony. That is sensational. And now Burnley on the counter-attack here. It's 3v3 if they get this right. Here's Luam Chua. He's got the run of Hannibal Mabry. Cross comes in. It's Hannibal Mabry with the touch. Mabry with the strike. Just slashes it wide. Oh, what a chance that was for Burnley on the counter-attack. Brilliant play. Arsenal overplayed again. Brilliant defending that was. But from there, how about this for composure? Mabry with the flick on header. Zian Fleming waits and then finds the right wing. Oh, look at this for a first time pass. Perfectly into the path of Mabry. First touch was decent, but the left foot was a swinger instead of something a little bit more cultured. Oh, Burnley. Burnley showing that they've got something in the tank here. Welcome to the stream, Mr. Bajaj. Brilliant evening indeed. Arsenal are caking their pants with the whole world watching here. Here's Havertz. Again, why is Havertz on the right-hand side? He's a centre forward. Somebody needs to tell him that. He's getting a free roll. Here's Declan Rice. Odegaard, he's crowded out. Again, Arsenal just running out of ideas. And now Burnley running for another counter-attack. Jadon Anthony, clever pass. Mabry doesn't have the pace over Gabriel. He's had priors with Gabriel before. Mabry's definitely trying to wind him up. Mabry might pick up a yellow card, and he has. Bit needless there by Hannibal Mabry. A couple of ex-Manchester United players, a couple of ex-Chelsea players, ex-Man City. They're all there in the Burnley squad. You can see the extra bit of effort they're putting here for their former clubs. It's almost like nobody wants to see Arsenal win apart from the Arsenal fans. Burnley have made a great fist of this game, Manny. I mean, Arsenal's best opportunity has been a shot from outside the box by Leandro Trossard, which came across the base of the post. But other than that, Max Wieser in goal has had nothing to do. He's played one game all season, and Arsenal have not tested him enough. I've been a bit harsh on stream for Martin Odegaard, but he's been their worst player on the pitch, man. He's taken the most touches and been the least effective. Now Kai Havertz finds himself in a centre-forward position. Needs to occupy the 2 centre-halves. Tuanzebe and Esteve have had an easy game. Had very little to do. Here's Calafiori. Good pass. Trossard. Oh, it's Kai Havertz on the left-hand side. Clip ball in. Well defended by Leslie Ugochukwu. Hannibal has to be careful. He's on a yellow card. Calafiori recycles. Eze with the strike. It's a comfortable save for the German. It's a shot on target, but it's a tame one. Into the 30th minute. This is an uncomfortable viewing if you're an Arsenal fan. Nothing about this game has been straightforward. It was a very curious lineup when you saw it. I mean, Victor Gyökeres certainly has to start, man. I mean, I said this before the stream, so it's not just a benefit of hindsight, but I mean, Kai Havertz can very easily score now, but the way the game has panned out certainly could have been not part of the game plan. Saka with the ball in. Oh, it went nearly into the back stick. Somehow the ball stays out. Burnley can clear their lines courtesy of Kyle Walker. That's a suicidal pass there by Walker. He needs to take better care of the ball. Burnley skipper, so much experience. Almost throws a grenade in the middle of the park. If you're playing a long ball, play it into the channel, man. Just try to fizz that against Hannibal Mabry. He knows that Gabriel is right behind him. Could very easily have turned into an attack. 15 minutes remaining in the first half. It's okay, lots of Gyökeres in the FPL for this game, and I don't. He can very easily come off the bench and score the winner. Here's Havertz in the half space. Nobody really closing him down, and for good reason as Havertz takes it on his right foot for the shot. Well blocked. Corner for Arsenal, though. Again, Bukayo Saka is immediately drawing like 2 or 3 players, and he nearly just curled this one. He's looking for Trossard at the far stake, and it very nearly found its way into the back of the net, courtesy of the post. Burnley fans are absolutely up for it. You gotta love this. Corner for Arsenal. It can all turn though. All it takes is a moment with this Arsenal side. Having to exercise patience. 2 draws and 2 defeats at the Emirates Stadium in the Premier League so far. They cannot afford to draw points here today, as Manchester City will once again have it in their hands. Here's Ødegaard. Again, look at the number of Arsenal players on the right-hand side. There's like 5 players there. Saka now. Mosquera of all people. I mean, what is he doing in attack there? Arsenal are never going to get a pen for it. Mosquera trying a bit of play acting. He needs to immediately get up because he knew that the referee wasn't going to fall for it. Again, haven't seen any last-ditch defending from Burnley. It's been comfortable. Florentino and Ugochukwu as the 2 pivot players, protecting their centre-halves nicely. I mean, Kai Havertz has done nowhere near enough in terms of occupying the centre-halves. It's been a poor display from him. And even if Arsenal do end up winning this game, I'm happy that Burnley gave me 30 good minutes. 30 entertaining minutes, that's for sure. Here's Ian Fleming, wins the header brilliantly. Here's Chuana. Mabry, clever pass between the lines. Jadon Anthony keeps the ball nicely. Here's Leslie Ugochukwu. Finding Axel Tuanzebe now. Why do short corners with Saliba, Gabriel attacking it? They've been playing short corners all evening. Very surprising, but a clear tactic. Here's Tuanzebe. It's Burnley now popping the ball around. Florentino. Chuana, he nearly gives it away. Needs to be careful. Burnley, don't get cocky now. Here's Florentino. Arsenal almost looking to try and play on the counter-attack. Here's Kyle Walker with an audacious switch. Mosquera under control. Good back header there to David Raya. Again, Declan Rice is the number 6. Needs to quicken the tempo here. He's carrying the ball, allowing the Burnley players to once again get back into position. Declan Rice taking an age. Oh my goodness. He needs to be a lot quicker. As a number 6, you want to recycle that ball. Give it to your creative players as quickly as possible between the lines. Ødegaard having to drop deep here. Look at that. This is exactly what Burnley want to see. Ødegaard now trying to drive into the half space. Plays the 1-2 with Mosquera. Ødegaard on the right-hand side. Clever back heel to Saka. Saka's clever little pass not on the same wavelength as Kai Havertz. As Ian Fleming needlessly gives the ball away. Arsenal now ramping up the pressure before half-time. Here's Gabriel Magalhaes. Clever pass between the lines. It's Kai Havertz. Bukayo Saka! Oh, Arsenal want a pen. They're not going to get it by the looks of it. Paul Tierney having a clear look. But it looked like Saka was going to find the back of the net. Might have done some damage to his Achilles there. We'll have to see whether or not there was any sort of contact. The Arsenal players were... Well, the Burnley players have no reason to kick this out. They can very easily continue. Kyle Walker. Esteve. They should play on here, Burnley. They've got to be a bit ruthless. Arsenal temporarily down to 10. Here's Hannibal Mabry. Leslie Ugochukwu now. This will be frustrating Mikel Arteta, but Burnley can't do too much. We're going to have a look whether or not this was a pen. Kai Havertz puts in a great ball in. Bukayo Saka. Oh, that's a brilliant challenge, man. What a touch that is from Lucas Pires. I think he's got this first here. Ooh, I don't think he has. No, that's not a pen. I mean, he's dragged his foot as far as possible. And Bukayo Saka almost with his back lift makes contact with Pires there. That's not a pen. I mean, what do I know? We saw in the FA Cup final where Abdulkadir Kusanov clearly put a foul on. Was that Joao Pedro at the time? Who was on that? It was Jarell Hato. Mikel Arteta can feign all he wants. But you see that Bukayo Saka, he's gone for the backlift shot. Pires has not made contact with him. Arteta was convinced he's not going to get the pen. Not this time, Arteta. You're going to have to do it in open play. Good job there, Lucas Pires. Under 10 minutes to go. Arteta shocked. He thought he's going to scam a pen. Hey, all they have to do is beat 19th place Burnley. They're making hard work of it. If they want to be bailed out by a pen, so be it, man. Here's Trossard, tying himself up in a knot. Clever pass to Calafiori. Calafiori checks to Martin Odegaard. Oh, brilliant deflection. The defending is last stage. Martin Odegaard getting a clear sighter. That's the first real time that Martin Odegaard has attacked the box. It was Ricardo Calafiori who shows great composure. The shot didn't have the venom and Burnley had like 3 players. And it was the last touch of Leslie Ugochukwu. It's a corner for Arsenal. Again, Odegaard is just acting a bit extra there. There were 3 Burnley players in the straight line. Welcome to the stream, Mr. Minas. Where you been hiding? For 36 minutes, Burnley have given you a game. Corner for Arsenal, though. Bukayo Saka with the delivery. Great ball in, and it is 1-0. It's Kai Havertz with a towering leap. And Arsenal gets set piece heavy again. It's Kai Havertz, who's had a very impactful game. Very less impact, rather, this game so far. With a very good leap, and Burnley's resistance finally broken. Saka to Havertz. And Arsenal use their set piece again. It's so disappointing from Burnley's point of view after defending so well for the best part of 35 minutes to concede from a corner. It is a brilliant delivery. Aman Minas is definitely a good luck charm for his home team. Well, Kai Havertz with his second Premier League goal of the season. He got one at the Etihad Stadium, and now against Burnley, where Arsenal was struggling. They were huffing and puffing in open play. But it's the corner routine that works here. Kai Havertz getting a free run and jump. And with his leap, gets the header. Well, that's the goal that Mikel Arteta was desperate for. Look at the way Arteta is celebrating. He knows that his team are under an hour away from one hand on the Premier League trophy. Aman Minas is pumped, and you should be. Well, nothing about this game screamed Arsenal 1-0 so far, but it's the mark of champions. Even when you're not at your best, get the job done. And at this stage of the season, nothing else matters. Here's Havertz. Well, that's all we can hope for, Manny. A Fleming or an Jadon Anthony equalizer. If Arsenal get the second, it's pretty much game over. Here's Fleming. Jadon Anthony under a bit of pressure. Brilliant by Leslie Ugochukwu under pressure to Hannibal Mabry. Here's Chuana on the right-hand side. He doesn't have the overlap. Might have to go himself. Decent ball. Declan Rice. Slight panic in his clearance. It's a corner for Burnley. Well, Arsenal scored from a corner. Burnley looking to respond in the same fashion. Yashishpal, you were hiding for a good half an hour. I saw that. Nothing for the last half an hour. Suddenly the noise is up. We're into the 40th minute though. Well, Axel Twanzebe, Leslie Ugochukwu, Maxine Esteve, and Zian Fleming, all decent options, but it's all about the delivery in the box. You can see Ugochukwu or Chuana just peeling away on the edge of the 18-yard box. It's Jadon Anthony with the ball in. Bit of wrestling going on the box, and it's comfortable for David Raya. Raya looking for a quick release, and it's Declan Rice now with a drive forward, trying to quickly release Bukayo Saka. Florentino, oh, that's a risky pass. Max Visa is very, very calm on the ball there. Fair play to him. Young German, showing nerves of steel. Any Pep leavings? I mean, Pep threatens to leave every season, man. The only question is, where does Pep go from here? Say he's leaving every season, but where does he actually go from here? He's not going to manage Spain, because he's Catalonian. He might, but he's managed Barcelona. Hansi Flick is looking to make a dynasty there. He's not going back to the Bundesliga, the Italian league, was certainly a choice. Ooh, there's a chance here, and it could have very easily been 1-1. Jaden Anthony ran through. He's not convinced that was a foul. I mean, damn it, man. If if that happens, if Pep is replaced by Luis Enrique, there's just no justice. Just no justice whatsoever. Pep going to MLS, reunite with Messi. I mean, he could take a hiatus or go to the MLS as part of a hiatus, make some money, chill, manage Messi and Busquets again. I'm not sure whether or not Busquets is still there. Luis Suarez is certainly on his last legs. Which are the outlets that are reporting that Pep's leaving? I mean, could very easily happen, but again, the question is, what does he do next? I mean, it's so taxing being the Premier League manager for 10 years. The demands of looking to win every season, and not just the Premier League, got to win the Champions League, got to win the domestic cups as well. Maresca coming to City, Arsenal, 1-2 seasons of domination confirmed. We'll see about that. It all depends on the ambition shown in the summer window as well. Look at this Arsenal side. Got a lot of quality, but can they go up a couple of levels? They possibly can. I mean, look at the teams in and around them. They've had some of their worst seasons ever. Liverpool have had an absolute car crash. Chelsea is self-imploded from January. Aston Villa, they've had to play in Europe with their very thin squad, doing so well. Unai Emery getting his team into the Champions League positions and a Europa League final day after tomorrow. Brilliant work by Unai. Well, the tools are there for Arsenal. If they win the Premier League and maybe even the Champions League, it could be dynasty time for Arsenal. Here's Eberechi Eze. Ode finally looking like he likes to play football. Odegaard for the first half an hour, man, was shocking. Absolutely shocking. No jokes. 2 minutes plus added on time remaining in the first half. Here's Declan Rice. If I was a betting man, I would have just bet the house on Arsenal getting a 1-0 victory here today. All signs pointed towards it. Goal difference no longer a factor. Here's Declan Rice. But what Arsenal cannot do is just settle into a lull here. Just make sure that, like, Burnley just get a foothold back in the game. Kai Havertz rotating on the right-hand side, finding Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka! Oh, just wide. Brilliant curling effort there by Bukayo Saka. Decent football this from Arsenal. TalkSport, Mirror, Daily Mail, and City Extra. Manny, none of them are credible sources. None. Not one. I mean, Mirror, Daily Mail, forget about it. TalkSport, they're just a gossip outlet. And City Extra, maybe they have something about it. Kompany would be a fool to leave Bayern Munich, man. He needs to deliver or get at least to a Champions League final. He's got a great platform there. He's got almost like great authority as well. Even though being a Bayern Munich manager, you have to work within the constraints. But back-to-back Bundesligas, Champions League semi-final, he's got a few gears to go. But City replacing Pep with Maresca is a downgrade. Let's be honest. For City's levels, I mean, Maresca was part of the coaching setup as Kai Havertz plays a clever pass. Bukayo Saka looks to thread through the eye of the needle. They want a handball. It's been waved away by Paul Tierney. Arsenal's handball shouts quickly shut down. Here's Calafiori. Odegaard. Jaden Anthony shows good composure defending that. And on the left-hand side is Perez. Lucas Perez. Would be ironic that player with an ex-Arsenal name would possibly impact the game. Leslie Ugochukwu has looked decent in midfield. Bleacher Report signed Benzema for Arsenal every 6 months, man. They're not serious as well. If you remember back in the day, Wesley Sneijder used to, every season he's going to Manchester United. They have to sell clicks, man. They got to do it. Got to get people excited, get people talking, even though if they're talking out of their ass, it doesn't matter. Here's David Raya. Arsenal fans can breathe a sigh of relief, but that first half, you take the 45 minutes in its totality, uncomfortable viewing. Here's Mosquera. It almost feels like this is what's going to happen against Paris Saint-Germain as well. Arsenal will have to rely on their aerial presence and set pieces because PSG are possibly going to play them off the park. Not entirely, but for most parts of the game, I'm fully expecting PSG to run that game. But Arsenal do have aerial presence and threat, which PSG are lacking. They're a diminutive side that play like full of technical ballers, but Arsenal with some size and presence can be a great neutralizing effect on a PSG side looking to go back to back in the Champions League. Speaking of box office news, Jose Mourinho back to Real Madrid. I mean, did not see that coming. Wasn't in my bingo card. Florentino Perez just having enough. He's like, no more coaches, no more tacticals. I want an old school manager to get the best of these overpaid players who have not delivered for 2 seasons. Madrid going back to back seasons empty handed does not happen too often. Is Luchuana. Final action of the first half. Kyle Walker doesn't get the time to put the ball into the box as Mikel Arteta races down the tunnel and Arsenal take the lead courtesy of Kai Havertz's header from a Bukayo Saka corner. But other than that, Burnley have made this game very uncomfortable for Arsenal. Kai Havertz did put the ball across the face of goal for Bukayo Saka. The penalty appeals were waved away, but other than that, I mean, I need to scratch my head. Yep, the Leandro Trossard shot that hit the base of the post was Arsenal's best opportunity till then. Burnley had a couple of decent counterattacks, but no shots on target so far. It's 1-0. It's not straightforward here for Arsenal, but as it stands, it is a 5-point lead with a game and a half to go for Arsenal. They are so close to breaking their 22-year drought. It's not even funny anymore, man. I just feel like this is not going to go till the last day of the season, even though they're potential banana skins. But if Arsenal win here, which they should, considering they've taken the lead, they've kept Burnley at arm's length, but they win here, and Bournemouth, who have everything to play for tomorrow against Manchester City at the Vitality Stadium, which will be buzzing. The final home game of the season under Andoni Iraola. That stadium will be rocking. It is going to be so uncomfortable for Manchester City. It is not going to be straightforward for City, who really struggled against Chelsea for large periods. They needed a special Antoine Semenyo goal to break open the deadlock. City have chased Arsenal down. Fair play to them, but I feel that it might be done in just about 25 hours' time. Arsenal, you guys are so close. It's not even funny. Halftime 1-0. Arsenal fans, you can breathe easy now, but it might start to get a bit more uncomfortable the longer it stays 1-0. All it takes is a bit of a deflection, a bit of a magic, a bit of something crazy, a mistake. Anything can happen in 45 minutes of football, man. It's been fun. It's been enjoyable, and fair play to Burnley for making a fist of things. They could have very easily just rolled over, but they've come with a bit of personality, a bit of, give the away fans something to cheer about, and fair play to them. Tweet from Fabrizio, no other names, only Enzo Maresca for the Man City job when Pep Guardiola leaves. I mean, yeah, he's telling us things that we already know. Kashish, tomorrow at this time, I might be saying it. I can't believe I will be saying it, man. The first year I do YouTube, Arsenal potentially winning the league. Damn it. But you guys have gone through so much pain, so much heartbreak. You can have this one. With the Champions League, that's when you guys will be getting greedy. Very easily, I mean, it's a 90-minute game against Paris Saint-Germain. Have a bit of revenge from last season's semi-final. Paris Saint-Germain looking to go back-to-back. Luis Enrique, one of the best coaches in Europe. Imagine City wins and Arsenal drops points to Palace. Now, that's the thing, Manny. Like, I mean, City have to beat Bournemouth away and then Aston Villa at home. Aston Villa will be a bit more of a straightforward game because Villa have already qualified for the Champions League and they would have played the Europa League final, which is in a couple of days. So their players are pretty much going to be on the beach by then. So the Bournemouth game away from home, that's the tricky one for Manchester City. And Crystal Palace away from Arsenal might turn out to be a straightforward game as well because Palace have got Rayo Vallecano in the Conference League 3 days later. So Oliver Glasner, who's leaving come the end of the season, could very easily just throw that game away and say, my focus is on the Conference League. I've delivered the FA Cup, I've delivered the Community Shield, and I'm going to deliver the UEFA Conference League before I bounce. That is some return from a Crystal Palace manager. So whatever he decides to do, fair play to him. About 8 minutes away from the start of the second half. I'm going to take a short break, guys. It's been non-stop for about 50 odd minutes. I'm going to take a short break and I'll be back in about 5 minutes' time. Well, lads, we're just about a minute away from the start of kickoff. Arsenal are 45 minutes away from 5 points clear of Manchester City. With City to play Bournemouth tomorrow, Arsenal are nearly there. It was a tough watch from an Arsenal point of view in the opening 45 minutes. They have to improve their play. They cannot afford to be complacent because all it takes is one Burnley chance to piss on their parade because the Arsenal fans will be celebrating. They almost have that one hand on the trophy, but they'll have to make sure that 45 minutes passes without incident. Well, Kai Havertz, as it stands, remains the match winner, but they have 45 minutes to seal the deal. Burnley have come out to play, and we're off and running for the start of the second half. Arsenal were pushed to their limits in the opening 45 minutes as Declan Rice strikes. It was a decent fizzer of an effort. The foul was called by Paul Tierney before that. There were a few incidents where Arsenal felt that they could have been warranted of a penalty, but they were quickly waved away. Arsenal relying on set pieces. It wasn't Gabriel on this occasion. It was Kai Havertz's 6'4" frame leaping the highest. Havertz wins the header. That's a foul by Bukayo Saka on Pires. Lucas Pires and Bukayo Saka did have a coming together when Kai Havertz played the ball across the face of goal. That was the incident where Mikel Arteta was shell-shocked. He felt that there was a stonewall pen. I didn't think it was. It was Bukayo Saka's backlift that made contact with Lucas Pires. Where Mikel Arteta was... Well, what Burnley have to do is make sure that Arsenal don't score again. Longer this stays at 1-0, that anxiety levels will continue to remain. Zian Fleming does very well to win the header. Clever clip on the left-hand side. Ball across the face of goal. Well defended by Bukayo Saka. Here's Jadon Anthony. Push and run on the outside. Jadon Anthony does very well. Good defending by Christian Mosquera. Mosquera showcasing his 1v1 defensive ability as William Saliba tries to release Bukayo Saka for the counter-attack. Throw in for Burnley. Well, Burnley can take plenty of encouragement from that opening 45 minutes. Arsenal did not outplay them. They were very much in the game. Couple of decent counter-attacking opportunities, which did not realize into a shot on target. But again, the threat is there. Here's Florentino. Florentino and Ugo Chukwu continue to remain that engine room presence for Burnley in midfield. Here's Max Vies. And he's rarely been tested, and he was caught like a deer in headlights with that Bukayo Saka corner. It was put perfectly onto the path of Kai Havertz there. Zian Fleming's hold-up play has been very, very good. Here's Mabry. Finds Jadon Anthony. Down to the left-hand side is Lucas Pires. Mabry again needs to be level-headed in this second half. Did pick up that yellow card with a couple of entanglements with Gabriel Magalhaes. Here's Esteve. Goes all the way back to his goalkeeper. With the minute that Arsenal's second goal happens, it just feels like the Arsenal fans will feel that, yep, it's time that we can start celebrating. Well, shout out to my friend Taran Joseph, who's made his way to the Emirates Stadium. He's there with his wife. He's sitting right behind Arteta. I mean, I'm so happy for him making that trip from Sydney. Not easy whatsoever. But to get there, brilliant for him. He's gone through some pain as well, and to watch Arsenal be on the cusp. Here's Mosquera. If it does happen, let it be Saka. You got him in your fantasy, don't you, Manny? Well, Arsenal do have Victor Gyökeres on the bench in terms of an insurance policy to stretch the Burnley backline. Kai Havertz has been the one who's been playing a lot deeper, trying to link up with the forward players. Here is Havertz again on the right-hand side, which you saw a lot of that in the first half. Now to Bukayo Saka. Ødegaard in the half space, waiting for runners, but he's slowing the pace of the play again. Here's Saka. Saka is a captain, Manny. Well, he's got the assist. And he's very much looking up for it now. Odegaard to Havertz. Declan Rice. Arsenal now dominating possession in the final third. This is intricate stuff here, but Burnley defend well. Here's Jadon Anthony, drops the shoulder and creates a bit of separation. Burnley won the quick counter-attack, but are forced to go backwards. Here's Axel Tuanzebe. Max Wieser goes all the way long to Zian Fleming, who will chase this down. Saliba's header results in a throw into Burnley in the opposition half. Again, a decent start to the second half here from Burnley. They're not retreating. They're very much with the mentality that they can very easily pinch a point here. Have to pick their moments and have to remain defensively solid. Here's Leslie Ugochukwu. Good looking pass there, but David Raya will effectively play sweeper keeper. Declan Rice now. Rice has been the player between the lines, between the two centre halves, tasked with starting off the Arsenal attack. Says, Eze leaves that shot, and now Jadon Anthony on the attack. It's Burnley now with a chance. Jadon Anthony, nearly found the top corner. Well, Zian Fleming is convinced that he could have possibly been fouled. Eberechi Eze is far too casual there. That is a poor pass by the number 10. Burnley quickly with the attack there. Jadon Anthony looking to just find the far corner. Not too far away. Warning shot fired at the Arsenal goal. Well, Eberechi Eze did not have the most influential of first halves. One more mistake like that, I'm pretty sure Miles Lewis-Skelly will enter the fray in place of him. Arsenal might need a bit more midfield security. Here's Odegaard. Good looking pass, but well cut out by Kyle Walker. Fiorentino looking to play the 1-2 with Hannibal Mabry, and that's a foul by Gabriel. And Mabry has had a couple of bites at Gabriel. Gabriel responds with a foul of his own. The two Arsenal centre-halves have not had it easy this evening. Zian Fleming is keeping them honest. He's won a couple of flick-on headers. He's linked up the play decently. Again, brick by brick here. Burnley will have to build this half. The first objective achieved. They made sure that Arsenal have not scored in the opening 5 minutes of the second half, which would have pretty much signaled the end of the game. Jadon Anthony with the whip ball, and nobody takes responsibility of that. Nobody from Burnley's point of view gambles at the far stick either. Oh, good ball there. Jadon Anthony is looking the most likeliest from Burnley's point of view to find the back of the net or find his teammate in a goal-scoring position here. Fleming, could he have gambled? He decides to stay at the center of the goal. If he makes the far post dash, could have very easily been interesting. Havertz gets bundled off the ball. So does Eberechi Eze. But Gabriel plays a good pass to Calafiori, who sets Trossard free on the left-hand side. Trossard is up against Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker diligently keeps his place, but that's a very clever pass. This is great football, this from Arsenal. Slightly overhead passes Kai Havertz. Puts the ball back with no real conviction. It's Havertz again on the right-hand side to Declan Rice. Patience exercised by Arsenal again. Mosquera with the ball in. It's Eze! Good save by Max Wieser. He just tips it over the crossbar there. Again, Eze doesn't catch that too well, but he's hit that against the turf, which means the ball just skips away. Makes it a bit uncomfortable there for the German keeper, who does well. It was off target, but he wasn't to know, and the tip over found its way to the crossbar. Yep, great save there. Ooh, it's not a corner. That's another decision that has gone against Arsenal. It clearly looked like it hit the fingertips off the goalkeeper, but it's a goal kick, and Max Wieser just hammers the ball forward. Chuana. Arsenal have had 2 shots on target, and one of them was the goal that Kai Havertz scored. Other than that, the shot was, I think, from, was that Odegaard? It was on target, which was blocked by Leslie Ugochukwu. If my memory serves me right, the Trossard effort came off the post, which is a shot off target. Here's Gabriel into the 10th minute of the second half. Again, the game following similar patterns to the first, only making a fist of things. Here's Declan Rice. Calafiori has been in a hybrid role there at left back, finding himself in half spaces as Trossard plays a brilliant pass to Kai Havertz. Eberiche Eze, they want a handball, they're not going to get it. Eze should have found the back of the net. Havertz with a brilliant run and finding Eze there. Trossard, what a pass this is. The Trivela is weighted to perfection. Havertz nearly puts it on a plate. Good block there by Esteve. I'm not sure he knew too much about it, but he takes the sting off it. That was a comfortable save for the goalkeeper. Arsenal now starting to play a lot better. Here's Florentino. Finds Axel Tuanzebe. Well, 10 minutes of the second half has just disappeared. Still 1-0. It's an uncomfortable scoreline for Arsenal. I've used the word uncomfortable a lot on stream, haven't I? Because the game is at a knife's edge here. Expected a straightforward win for Arsenal against a relegated Burnley side. Burnley, who have got absolutely nothing to lose, have played like it. Here's Tuanzebe. Good pass to Luachuana. Florentino. The touch is decent, made it very uncomfortable. Arsenal win the second ball though, courtesy of Mosquera, who's lost out there. And now Burnley on the counter-attack. Here's Jadon Anthony. He's got the overlap of Perez. He might go himself. It's Jadon Anthony. Takes an extra couple of heavy touches, slows down the attack. It's Kyle Walker. Cross comes into the box. Zian Fleming is not going to get a pen for it. Needs to get up. And now Arsenal on the counter-attack. Christian Mosquera was robbed off the ball there, and Burnley suddenly had 3 or 4 players committed to that attack. Ugochukwu does very well here. Burnley are cooking. Here's Mabry. He's got space. Hannibal with the strike. Oh, it's a wild swipe. Again, needed a bit more composure there. Saw the headlines, saw the bright lights. Mikel Arteta applauding his players, but he'll not be happy here with the second half either. Mabry did not have too many options in front of him. Decides to pull the trigger from about 25. Well, Burnley are attacking in that corner where their fans are. They can give them something to cheer about. The long trip back certainly be worth the trip. Here's Gabriel. Good pass between the lines to Eberiche Eze. Kai Havertz now brings that down. Trossard's passing has been very high level today. Saka. Ødegaard drives and commits a few Burnley players forward. Good run there by the skipper. Clever looking pass again, but overhits it. Ødegaard's weight of pass this evening has been well below par. Again, so much space, so much time he's taken. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touches before making the choice of pass, and in the end it is overhit. Burnley thwart yet another attack away. At what point does Mikel Arteta decide to gamble and put Victor Gyökeres on the pitch? They need that second goal. And Arsenal are very much capable of keeping a clean sheet and shutting out Burnley, but you just never know, man. The stakes are so high. Even a game which is as straightforward as it looks like on paper against Burnley, not as straightforward as it seems. Here's Saliba. Ødegaard. Again, Burnley in a mid-block here. Very comfortable. Eberiche Eze between the lines. He's been barged off the ball unfairly. Axel Tuanzebe. I think it was a foul by the centre-half and not by the Portuguese midfielder Florentino. Again, Arsenal, I keep using this word. It's all about tempo. They need to keep that going here. Here's Bukayo Saka. Metronome on that right-hand side. Again, immediately doubled. And Perez does very well to keep the ball in play. Lucas Perez has had a good game at left back, but Ødegaard in a
That half space position finds Havertz, who is onside. Bukayo Saka side netting. Bukayo Saka has had a few shots at goal. One of them curled wide in the first half. This one finding the side netting. If you look at the Arsenal fans, so you see a few yawning, few biting their nails, few in constant dialogue with their fans sitting next to each other. I mean, this is going to be a hectic half an hour, that's for sure. Again, all it takes is a Burnley goal, and the title race flips. Here's Axel Tuanzebe. Under half an hour plus stoppage time remain at the Emirates Stadium. Arsenal doing it the Arteta way here. Not just a 1-0, a 1-0 with a set piece. Declan Rice. Leandro Trossard. Calafiori again occupying the half spaces before occupying the wing again. Declan Rice finds William Saliba. Rice again. Arsenal using extra patience here. Ball retention in the final third on the opposition half, really. Here's Odegaard. In Kai Havertz's average position has to be on that right-hand side. He's barely gotten involved in the central areas, and all his good work has happened in the wide areas. Even that cutback or that chip ball into Eze came from the wing on that left-hand side on that occasion. Arsenal play intricate patterns again. Paul Tierney might give the foul here. I think Christian Mosquera gets chopped there. Mosquera's taken a couple of heavy hits. But in terms of options at right back, Arsenal are running thin. There's no sign of Jurrien Timber yet, and Ben White's out for the season, so Christian Mosquera very easily could be starting at right back in the Champions League final in Budapest. Mosquera up against Kviza Kvaratskhelia. Oof, that is going to be a difficult assignment for the Spanish centre half. The free kick for Arsenal at the far side there. Just about a couple of yards away from the touchline. Usual suspects for Arsenal looking to attack the corner. The set piece rather. Arsenal have already scored from one set piece. This is going to be second time lucky again. Declan Rice with the delivery. It's a decent enough delivery. A bit of a panic in the box, but cleared away comfortably. Saka recycles. Cleared away by Esteve. The offside flag has been raised. Arsenal player guilty of just straying across the final line. And Burnley once again thwart yet another Arsenal set piece. The difference between the two sides has been one corner. Bukayo Saka did put it absolutely on the money for Kai Havertz though. Since then, header by Eberiche Eze. It's pretty comfortable in the end for the Burnley goalkeeper, being the only other attack which has resulted in a shot on target. Ugochukwu, brilliantly done. How confident is that from the young Frenchman? Now onto the left-hand side. Jadon Anthony slightly overruns it. Arsenal do manage to clear, but not too far. Saliba gives the ball away here. It's a chance by Luo Chuan. Oh, chance has just been thwarted. Chuana there found himself from right wing in a central position. Couldn't get his shot away, but Burnley making yet another enticing entry into the Arsenal box. This game is not done. It just feels like there's a moment that might go against Arsenal. Whether or not they can keep that ball away from the back of the net, that's the only question. Here's Odegaard now. Eze, two number 10s, finding themselves in the similar position in the number 10 part, but both dropping very deep. Certainly is a choice. And Burnley's mid-block has been excellent. Very well drilled, and that's another overhit pass. It was Eberechi Eze this time making the run in the right-hand side half space, and it's yet another incomplete pass by Martin Odegaard. I'm surprised Martin Odegaard has lasted this long on the pitch. I mean, Mikel Arteta does not want to hook a skipper, but he's got to put ego aside. And I mean, the logical substitution here is Odegaard off for Miles Lewis-Kelly. Victor Gyökeres could very easily replace Kai Havertz. Or Kai Havertz could be the number 10, and Eze and Odegaard both come off. But I think Miles Lewis-Kelly in midfield means that Arsenal might just be a bit more fluid in the central areas. Hannibal Mabry there. That's a crunching challenge by Declan Rice. Here's Chuana. Plays it onto the right-hand side for Kyle Walker. Mabry continues his run. Declan Rice goes nibbling in and wins it fairly. Brilliantly done by Rice. Those are two excellent challenges by the £100 million man. Here's Esteve. 25 minutes plus stoppage time remain at the Emirates Stadium. The Arsenal fans in the stadium watching at home. Edge of their seat stuff here. Nervous. So nervy this. I mean, if Arsenal were relying on goal difference, they would have certainly lost the league. Not been able to put teams away. The West Ham game, that could have very easily gone against them. It took last-minute VAR drama. Also before that, Gabriel Magalhaes pulled off an excellent goal line clearance. In any other day, West Ham escape with a draw and Arsenal have thrown the title away. Here's Eze, gives the ball away again in midfield. Eze and Odegaard, the performance to forget. Mabry, nicely done, but leaves it a bit short there. Now Arsenal beaten the Burnley midfield press. Odegaard this time completes a pass. Finding Christian Mosquera. Saka in a central position. Again goes backwards. You can feel the nerves in the Arsenal players as well. They don't want to make mistakes. Here's Saka. He's been easily bullied off the ball. Oh, Kai Havertz, that's a foul, and he'll be very lucky to avoid a yellow card. He isn't lucky. He's going to pick up a yellow. He had no intentions of chasing back, and he just makes the foul and picks up a yellow card. And Leslie Ugochukwu has been very good for Burnley in midfield. It's a real shame that he couldn't get any sort of game time at Chelsea. Did pick up that long-term injury after his very first start. I remember that was Bournemouth away when Pochettino was the manager. Picked up that injury and then we never saw him again. Burnley picked him up this season for 20 million quid. Pretty sure he's not going to be playing in the Championship. He's either going back to France or somebody in the Premier League makes a very shrewd acquisition. There's a foul there by Kai Havertz. Looks like it's a painful one here for the Frenchman. Oh, that's a bad challenge by Havertz, man. That's a red card. That's a freaking red card. That has to be a red card. That is serious foul play. It's a high boot. It's a high challenge on the calf area. That is serious foul play, man. Oh, that's a red card. That's a potential leg breaker. Goodness me, that is a straight red card. Kai Havertz, your season might be done. That is a bad challenge. He has no reason to make it as well. He's in his own half. Leslie Ugochukwu was so far away from goal. Oh, Havertz is such a lucky boy, man. That is a red card. What am I missing here? It is cynical. It's stud showing. It could have very easily resulted in a leg break. That is a freaking red card, man. Arsenal catch life. We saw this against Manchester City where Gabriel Magalhaes, he headbutted Erling Haaland. That was a straight red card. It wasn't given. And this one, a clear red card, not given. Arsenal can count themselves very fortunate. And thankfully, Ugochukwu can continue, but he is limping and would be a real shame, man, if Ugochukwu can't continue and Havertz keeps running around on the pitch. That is such a bad challenge, man. And the fact that VAR had a look at that and said, nope, continue, nothing wrong with that, just shows you that those guys don't have a clue what's happening there. Substitution for Burnley. It's Hannibal Mabry who's coming off, which is the right decision. He was on a yellow card and can very easily lose his head and possibly be sent off. As we're approaching the 70-minute mark, Hannibal's off. Decent shift from the number 10. And in his position, Amdoni will take his spot. It's a double substitution. Burnley are not holding back here. They feel that there's a point here to be taken. Again, how did they not give that Kai Havertz challenge a red card, man? Somebody explain that to me. I'm sure, look at that. He's going to take off Kai Havertz as well and bring on Victor Gyökeres. Mikel Arteta knows that he's caught life. And fucking hell, man, look at that. Leslie Ugochukwu has to come off. That is a fucking criminal challenge. It's not that Kai Havertz just remains on the pitch. Ugochukwu has to be taken off. He was one of Burnley's best players in that middle of the park. And now he can't be there for the last 20 minutes. Egregious. I mean, yes, Burnley don't have anything to play for, but come on, man. There's got to be some integrity. At least put on a facade. Let us believe that there isn't a controlling element to it. That was serious foul play, man. And the fact that Ugochukwu has come off should be enough further evidence that was serious foul play. Again, what am I missing here, man? What is a foul anymore? What is a red card? What is serious foul play anymore? With VAR, they've just turned into one big grey line. Well, I fully expected Miles Lewis-Kelly to come on here, and it's going to be a triple substitution by Mikel Arteta. Hincapié, Miles Lewis-Kelly and Victor Gyökeres all coming on. Memo 820, it's a red all day long. All day long. Kai Havertz, as it stands, is the match winner, but he should have left Arsenal down to 10 men in the final 20 minutes. He is so lucky. Straight red card all day long, and he'll come off as the match winner as it stands. No justice. He knows he's lucky. Yeah, you can see Mikel Arteta immediately took him off. Didn't even wait. 2 minutes after that, Havertz is off. They didn't even send him to the monitor, did they? VAR just watched it, and I mean, we saw VAR at Stockley Park in the last 3 or 4 decisions, right? Where they had absolutely no clue, and they sent the referee after 3 minutes to have a look at the incident in the monitor. Why did they make him do it again here? Anyways, you're just arguing against a wall. With Lewis-Kelly, Hincapié and Victor Gyökeres on, Havertz, Calafiori and Eberechi Eze off. Well, Martin Odegaard stays on the pitch. He's pretty lucky performance-wise that he's still out there. Captain has dropped a very poor performance. Here's Odegaard, immediately swarmed. Burnley have got 4 players around. Zian Fleming. Look, how are these 2 challenges both equivalent of a yellow card? The Havertz one and whatever this one was. It was a coming together. Both cannot be yellow cards, man. At least common sense prevails with Paul Tierney. He doesn't book the Burnley player, but it's a free kick for Arsenal. Again, not just the Kai Havertz red, but the Gabriel Magalhaes clear red card at the Etihad Stadium. Magalhaes would have missed 3 games again for, again, serious foul play. It was waved off because City were winning at the time. I mean, it made no sense then. It doesn't make any sense now. It's almost like treating us like fools, like we don't have eyes. They're getting caught on 4K and there's no repercussions for the refs, man. Here's Rice with the delivery. Poor. So poor, man. This is not a champion's performance, mind you. I mean, you say, right, that Champions grind out those 1-0 victories even when they don't play well. This is not a sign of champions. I know it's sour grapes, being Chelsea fan and all that. I'll fully agree. I'm here on a hate watch, but come on. He's into the 75th minute. Saliba with the header. Doesn't go too long. Loren, who's replaced Ugochukwu in midfield. He's alongside Florentino. Trossard doesn't win the header. Well, Burnley might just end up throwing the kitchen sink with under 10 minutes to go. There's another Burnley player on the ground here. This time it's Shauna. Is another Arsenal player going to get away with this one here? Oh, it's a 100% red card, Manny. And he injured Ugochukwu. Ugochukwu, next attack, had to come off as well. 100% red card. It is serious foul play. No intention to win the ball. It's a studs up challenge. Potential leg breaker. I mean, it ticks all the boxes. Nketiah with a shoulder check on Shauna there. Frenchman holding his chest. Under 15 minutes plus stoppage time remain at the Emirates Stadium. Shot of Ben White there. Fortunately, won't be able to play a part for the rest of the season. He seems that he's putting moves on his girls there on the sidelines. Under 15 minutes to go. Arsenal have not entertained, but as it stands, go 5 points clear at the top of the league. And let's be honest, 24 hours from now, Arsenal could very easily be crowned champions of England. Damn, Pep news announced by Fabrizio. Gotta have a look there. Let's have a look. Nothing's happening in the game anyway. Yeah, it looks like he's going. He is going. Not sure whether or not final word has been done, but yep, Pep Guardiola leaving after 10 seasons. The end of the tyrant. No more City title races, hopefully. Well, Nketiah's ass cheeks were caught on 4K here. Arsenal are playing like ass. And Nketiah's ass out there in full display. With 13 minutes plus stoppage time remaining, Arsenal fans, the gift keeps on coming here. It's not just that you guys are possibly winning the Premier League after 22 years. There's no Pep Guardiola next season to contend against. Xabi Alonso, are you watching? This is a chance for you to possibly challenge Arsenal next season with no potential European football next season. Nobody wanted to see Nketiah's ass, Manny, but we were all forced to see it. Yeah, Max V is so calm. I mean, he doesn't need to be so cool on the ball as well. Remember, you play for a relegation side. Play your part. Could have very easily been a foul on Gyökeres as well. So needless. Oh, thankfully he gets some of the ball before clattering into Gyökeres. I mean, again, needless. So needless. Well, the second half, you've seen little to no football. Arsenal continue to make it a hard watch for the neutrals and, of course, for their own sides as well. Imagine that in 2026, Pep Guardiola leaving Manchester City and Jose Mourinho joining Real Madrid. What kind of simulation are we living in? Well, Pep Guardiola's parting gift will be a domestic double for his side. As it stands, it does not look like the Premier League title will be for Pep Guardiola. Need 3 more DEFCONs for Saka. I think Saka is running on fumes here. I'm surprised he's still carrying on. So approaching the 80th minute. I mean, Arsenal at least score the second if you're going to win this one. If it's going to be 1-0, again, certainly a choice. Ball punted forward, easy for Esteve. Chuana tries to get there first, but it's cleared away. It's a goal kick. Well, 10 minutes plus stoppage time remain at the Emirates Stadium. As it stands, Kai Havertz, the difference between the two teams. Kai Havertz also very lucky to still have this game at 11v11. It's 2012 all over again, isn't it? Pep leaving a big club, Jose at Madrid, and Moyes at Everton. Exactly. What kind of simulation is this? Are we living in 14-year-old cycles? Here's Odegaard, clever back heel. Oh, Mosquera gets there first, but a good, decent challenge. Arsenal continue the attack on the left-hand side. Here's Nketiah with the ball in. Well closed down by Kyle Walker. Throw in for Arsenal. 9.5 minutes plus stoppage time at the Emirates Stadium. Arsenal fans can nearly reach out and touch it. So close. Well, 9 minutes plus stoppage time. Are we going to see another goal or just Arsenal just grinding out yet another result? Well, their home form has been excellent as it stands. Was that 15 wins, 2 draws, 2 defeats? 2 defeats coming against Michael Carrick's Manchester United in that surprising 3-2 loss and that shock 2-1 loss to Bournemouth. Alex Scott scoring the winner for Bournemouth on that occasion, as Andoni Iraiola's side really did play some excellent football. But a double substitution here for Burnley. They are emptying the clip, going all out, and possibly trying to pinch a goal before full time here. Arsenal have left this very much on a knife's edge. And in terms of football, you've seen very little in the second half. Burnley players have certainly put in a shift. But they're 8 minutes plus stoppage time away from seeing yet another defeat against their record as Bashir Humphreys and Brun Larsen enter the fray. Well, Bashir Humphreys, ex-Chelsea as well. He was very much part of the Cobham program. Very versatile centre-half. Can play anywhere across the front back three. Can also slot into midfield. Here's Max Vieks onto the left-hand side. Bashir Humphreys immediately gets on the ball. Lauren gets caught on it. Here's Declan Rice. Martin Odegaard now getting caught on the ball. A lot of turnovers. William Saliba. David Raya vacating his position for some reason. All that to just pump the ball forward. Victor Gyökeres runs the channel brilliantly. He gets on the wrong side, but Burnley do manage to defend. I think Max Viers might have just prevented the corner. It looked like the ball had gone out. Nketiah needs to keep it in play, and it's a shocking pass by the Ecuadorian. And now Burnley could be in business. The chase is on the left-hand side. Perez will have to really gun it, but Mosquera will have enough to try and shepherd that out of play. Burnley trying their best. Well, fair play to Burnley for not rolling over. Could have very easily just laid down and taken it any which way, but they've come out to fight. Fans will be proud about the performance. Yes, they'll be disappointed about yet another defeat, but they are going down. And it'll be crucial from Burnley's point of view to try and get back up, because a couple of seasons in the Championship, and if you're not getting that promotion, it's a very slippery slope. Next thing you know, you're in League One, and you're definitely not getting out of that by the looks of it. Martin Odegaard looks like he's running on fumes. Captain has put in a Very good cardio shift. I mean, you can't fault his effort. He's been running throughout the game, but his quality on the ball has certainly been lacking, and that could be said about a lot of the Arsenal players. Mosquera back to Odegaard. Mosquera just pumps it forward. Victor Gyökeres now running the channel. And look at the difference here. Victor Gyökeres, the way he's occupied the Burnley centre halves, immediately like a bruiser. Just puts himself about. Something that Kai Havertz did not do for the entirety of his stint on the pitch. But Arsenal fans, you're about 5.5 minutes plus stoppage time. And you're getting the news of Pep Guardiola leaving come the summertime. This is the perfect opportunity really for Arsenal to build on here. Liverpool are in disarray, Chelsea in constant rebuild. We know that Manchester United aren't a serious side yet to be competing for the top honours. It's a free run here. I mean, it'll be very surprising to see how Maresca does at Manchester City. City will be, like, always on the bookies' favourites to be in and around the league positions because of the players that they have accumulated. But it's a big summer here coming for Manchester City, especially with Enzo Maresca. Left Chelsea in sour terms. I mean, Maresca was sacked on the 1st of January, remember. From there, Chelsea just imploded completely. Maresca, sacked by Chelsea, hired by Manchester City. Good feet on the left-hand side by Pires. Declan Rice wins yet another interception. Rice defensively has continued to be excellent. Again, on the ball, you'll see Declan Rice has maybe had an average game, but in terms of covering spaces, cutting out passing lanes, that is never a foul, man. He trips on his own feet. Paul Tierney's looking right at it. He's blind as a bat, isn't he? 4 minutes plus stoppage time remain. Arsenal have made heavy weather of this one, but it looks like they'll get over the line. Raya goes long. Bashir Humphreys hooks it into play. In Burnley trying to play out of a tight area here. They're not just looking to lump it forward. Beautiful football. Nearly works out. Lewis Kelly does well. Shields the ball. Wins the free kick. And Lewis Kelly certainly has added a bit more calm in the middle of the park. 3 minutes plus stoppage time away there, Arsenal. Nearly there. Nearly there. Look at their fans, man. They look miserable. Somebody tell them that they're like 24 hours away from winning the league and about 11 days away from possibly a double. They look miserable. Pulling their hair out. To be an Arsenal fan. Here's Declan Rice with the free kick. And Arsenal have had just the one successful set piece in the match so far. Rice delivers. Very good ball in, but slightly overhead. Oh, the volley effort by Leandro Trossard. It was well wide in the end, but caught it sweet. Manny, what's the full form of DEFCON again? What is that? Definitive actions? What am I missing? I don't know FPL terms. But I don't know how you can consider that as a big chance or something created because nothing's really happened. Just puts the ball into the box. Oh, Victor Gyökeres. Everybody's standing off the Swede here. Gyökeres almost bumped off the ball successfully by the Burnley defenders. Here's James Ward-Prowse. A Ward-Prowse free kick would be nice, but he's given the ball away. Arsenal trying to pounce here. Leandro Trossard. 90 seconds of the 90 remain of normal time here. Trossard, clever flick, but overhit. Yeah, Gautam, I've been informed that Pep Guardiola is gone and Arsenal fans are getting a double treat here. They're 5 points clear, one hand on the trophy, and the villain's leaving. Enzo Maresca will replace. City going bald for bald. Freedom from his reign of terror, I swear. Now the rest of the league will feel like we've got a chance. The Pep stranglehold, finally done. But surprising timing. I mean, it's almost like after the Arsenal goal, he's like, yep, announce it. We're not going to win the league. We're possibly losing to Bournemouth or dropping points to Bournemouth tomorrow. This way, just protect myself. Here's Ian Fleming. Again, Declan Rice on the scene again. Victor Gyökeres, he's done a selfless act of running the channels. But Axel Tuanzebe does very well. Ducking the Carrick era. Is he ducking the Alonso era as well? He knows that the managers are young and hungry. They're coming for him. Lampard, Alonso, Arteta, Carrick, all managing in the Premier League next season. No sign of Stevie G. Stevie G, answer the call. Here's Ward-Prowse. Everyone's a gangster until a real gangster comes to play. I mean, Pep Guardiola has been a straight-up gangster for 10 years, man. Jeez. Unlimited backing, world-class coaching, top players in and out. Finally, no more Pep. Here's James Ward-Prowse. 7 minutes of stoppage time here. Arsenal taking this to the wire against a relegation side. Cross comes into the box. David Raya. Oh, he's been fouled heavily there by Ian Fleming. Gabriel Magalhaes trying to protect his goalkeeper on that occasion. The Dutch striker picks up the yellow card. And Arsenal have certainly not played any sort of football in the second half. Eberechi's Eze's header, which came off Esteve, the only real chance. Other than that, it's been a tough viewing. Burnley have made a fist of it. They've made it difficult. But Arsenal are going to get over the line just. If Elliot Anderson still wants to join City, he can go. We know what you are. Elliot Anderson is going to cost big money, big wages. I mean, Marinakis is just rubbing his hands, knowing that he's got a prized asset that both the Manchester clubs want to buy. I mean, the last time, what is that? Was that Harry Maguire, Alexis Sanchez? Big money will certainly be exchanged if both Manchester clubs are looking to prize away your crown jewel in midfield. Martinelli and Zubamendi coming on for poverty minutes as Leandro Trossard's win seems to have knocked out. It's another clean sheet for Arsenal. That's certainly a positive. But if they have any hopes of beating Paris Saint-Germain, they'll have to play so much better. City are going to spend 500 million to support Maresca. I don't doubt that at all, Gautam. Not at all. They got a lot of players returning from injury as well. Ruben Diaz, Josko Guardiola's back. The defense looks pretty much stacked. If James Trafford is leaving, they might get a second choice goalkeeper. Rodri, Nico Gonzalez, add Elliot Anderson or Bruno Guimaraes too, that they're further beefing up their midfield. Forward players pretty much pick themselves. I mean, you got Doku, Semenyo, Shirky, and Haaland. So you're pretty much just going to be buying bench players for next season. Well, Zubamendi and Martinelli are on. How do you feel about Maresca sacking at Chelsea, given he would have jumped ship to Chelsea? I mean, it's been like 4 months since that has happened. I just made my peace with it. All Maresca asked was for a centre-half, man. And from there, it just went south. That's what happens. I mean, even Ruben Amorim, he didn't get sacked at Manchester United because of his performances, which he should have been sacked the season before. But the one time he spoke against his board, he was out. It's almost like, yep, there's a reason finally. It's nothing football related. I mean, yes, Chelsea were going through a real tough time under Maresca, but there were mitigating circumstances, man. For us to just pull the plug on it and then just roll the dice on Rosinha is malpractice. Your hot take is Trossard is the most clutch player that Arteta has bought. Proper player. I mean, for 12 million or some 12 million pounds or 15 million pounds, something like that. The number of crucial goals that he has scored. Even the goal against West Ham, it was looking dire from an Arsenal point of view, and he comes up clutch. certainly has scored some big goals. Well, 3 minutes of stoppage time remaining. I'm just waiting for full time, man. Jeez. This has been a tough watch. I'm giving a gold star to Burnley for effort, for making a fist of this one, but this is not a performance of champions, man. I know Arsenal are just happy to limp over the line, but there has to come a point where have some shame, man. Come on. 2.5 minutes remaining. Again, nothing in open play. Set piece. Amram was not sacked for football reasons. He was sacked for morality reasons. A front against God and everything good on this earth. The fact that he lasted so long, man. He had you in 15th, lost the Europa League final to Spurs, and he got 200 million to spend. I mean, only in football can you be rewarded for absolute foolishness. To be fair to Burnley, City won 1-0 at home as well. Burnley, proper team, man. They're going out with their heads held high, but 2026 has been horrific for them. Just the one win in the Premier League. Here's Martinelli, who's got the pace, and we can add the finishing touches. Martinelli, like a headless chicken run, really. Kyle Walker, 95 minutes Kyle Walker has played, and he can still outpace Gabriel Martinelli, who just came on. Again, Martinelli has to have Walker on toast here. But Martinelli's touches are so shabby. Well, this is the title for Arsenal. I'm pretty much convinced that City drop points tomorrow. Bournemouth need the win, and if they win, they're going to put real pressure on Liverpool. If Liverpool miss out on Champions League football, there is a God. There certainly is one. A minute of stoppage time remaining. Arsenal literally limping over the line. Here's Bashir Humphreys onto the left-hand side. Kai Havertz is so lucky, man. How was that not a red card? I will never understand. Match winner, and kept it at 11v11. Game could have turned. Decent pass there by Axel Tuanzebe. And Gabriel Magalhaes is very strong. And that just might be that in terms of the Burnley resistance. 1v1, need to score a goal for your life. Martinelli or Garnacho. Pick your fighter. Give me the loaded gun. Hand me the gun. Martinelli. Well, David Raya trying to kill time. Arsenal, man. I mean, I'm sure Arsene Wenger will be celebrating this, right? Because his beloved Arsenal are winning the league, but not this way, man. Not this way. The Arsenal fans, they can start to celebrate. Paul Tierney has had a look at his watch. Might let this attack continue here. Burnley have made a fist of it. They've made it uncomfortable for Arsenal for well over 97 minutes. This is the final attack thwarted away. Cian Fleming can't get there first. Desperate times here. Paul Tierney might allow this attack here. It's a throw-in for Burnley. They need to take it quickly. Very quickly. Well, Kyle Walker has come all the way across. This is certainly the last attack. Mikel Arteta has his heart in his throat here. Walker with the throw, and it's a flat trajectory on it. Powerful, towering header there by William Saliba. Ball recycled into the box. It's not cleared away, and now it's smashed clear by William Saliba. This title has an asterisk next to it, just like the COVID title that Liverpool got. I'm with you, man. I'll absolutely agree. This is when Arsenal have just about limped over the line, and the rest of the league, pure trash. Well, the Arsenal scarves are out. Mikel Arteta is baying for the final whistle. The Arsenal fans waving their scarves as the last home game of the season will end with Mikel Arteta's side getting all 3 points
And as it stands, a 5-point advantage against Manchester City. Wow, this is incredible for Arsenal, having waited 22 years. They've had to do it in the toughest possible way. A Kai Havertz set-piece goal separates the two sides. Paul Tierney is still letting this game continue. I'm not sure as to why. This does not help anybody as the ball into the box. Tuanzebe clears. Humphries gets his header away. Paul Tierney wants an equalizer by the looks of it. He blows the full-time whistle. Mikel Arteta and Arsenal are possibly 24 hours away from being Premier League champions. A 1-0 victory at home to sign off their home campaign. It came in typical Mikel Arteta style. A Kai Havertz header from a Bukayo Saka corner turns out to be the big difference. Havertz was very lucky to still be on the pitch after a reckless challenge, but he turns out to be the match winner. As it stands, Arsenal 5 points clear with 1 game to play, which is Crystal Palace away. Man City have got Bournemouth away, and at home they host Aston Villa. This surely is Arsenal's time. Full time at Emirates Stadium. Arsenal 1, Burnley 0. Well, Arsenal have done it. They have pretty much ticked off the penultimate box. It wasn't easy. It wasn't a pretty watch. As a neutral, it was a very, very difficult watch. But I thank you all, guys, for keeping me company, to keep me going on this stream. Arsenal were in no mood to play some pretty patterns in the second half. They just killed the game off. I don't think Burnley had a shot on target in the second half. Mikel Arteta locking things down. And as it stands, if Manchester City fail to beat Bournemouth tomorrow, Arsenal will be champions. A solid night again, sir. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Aman, you guys certainly made a meal of that. I mean, hard work and then some. But you got over the line, and that's what it's all about here. It's not about the performances, and Arsenal are pretty much 2 games away from a historic double. It's all in their hands, but they certainly need to raise their levels in the Champions League if they are going to be Paris Saint-Germain. But all about ticking the Premier League box first. And Mikel Arteta, after 6 years and $1 billion spent, is possibly 24 hours away from lifting the Premier League trophy. Signing off, guys. It's been a pleasure. I will see you guys tomorrow. I'll be live for Chelsea versus Spurs, but I'll be keeping a close eye on what happens at the Vitality Stadium. Arsenal have done their job. They'll wave to their home fans. They've done it all at home. That's 15 wins, 2 draws and 2 defeats. That's title-winning home form, that's for sure. And Arsenal, as it stands, will end the season with 85 points if they beat Crystal Palace. Am I streaming Pep's farewell? Why? I'd rather be streaming Jose Mourinho's first game next season. That's what it's going to be all about. Imagine that. Pep leaving in 2026 and Jose Mourinho getting one of the coveted jobs in world football. Maybe there is a football god. Anyways, thanks so much, guys. I really do appreciate it. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Chelsea Spurs, Bournemouth City. Fireworks, definitely.